Welcome back to the Moonjuice Metal Horror Podcast where we live and breathe heavy metal and horror, but are not afraid to shit on both of them. I'm Matt.
I'm Mike.
Mike decided again that he was going to torture me with the movie that he knew I was either going to like or hate. It turned out not to be either. Let's put it that way. It turned out not to be either. I know we were supposed to do another movie, but it turns out that we weren't able to make it into the theater for that one, so we chose the next one on our list. This movie is a movie based on a video game.
That usually means that in the most cases it sucks, but
yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of examples, right? There's a shit ton of examples, and I said this before we started filming. I think it's either one or the other. Either they're really, really good, or they're really, really bad. Like, I don't know an in-between movie that's based on a video game that's not one of those two things. Like, you brought up Super Mario Brothers from the 90s, right?
Yeah.
When we first started talking about this. I haven't seen it. You said it was okay.
I liked it.
But
I was gonna say I liked it for the wackiness of it, but I liked it to, how should I say it's I would say objectively, no, you can say it's not a good movie, but still I enjoyed it absolutely. This is from the 90s. It's just on the level. It's so bad that it's good.
Okay. I would have thought that one was bad. Everybody told me it was bad.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I've always been a Super Mario Brothers fan, but not enough to see the movie, right? Yeah. So you say that one's good. Okay. Then we have Street Fighter from the 90s, Van Damme's cocaine era.
Another one coming up in October, no? A new Street Fighter movie. Yes.
I think it's interesting that franchise is getting its reboot at the exact same time that Mortal Kombat is getting its reboot. Do you notice that?
I mean, movie-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, so video game-wise, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter have been strong, I don't know, since the 90s.
Yeah. I'm talking about movies. So you had Mortal Kombat, the original one in the 90s, which was a good movie. That was great. Everything that came after it was trash. But the original one was actually a really good movie, and still to this day, people are like, I like that one better than the new remake, right? But it's now getting its new remake in the last 3 years. We're now on part 2 of the Mortal Kombat remake, the reboot, and those movies are great. And now Street Fighter is doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, which I think is cool. Like, those are the two fighting games, right? Yeah. If you think about 2D fighting games, for at least my generation and your generation, it was Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Those were the two. Yeah. And they're getting their reboot right now. It remains to be seen, though, if Street Fighter is going to be any good. Because I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
what do you think?
I have no idea, dude. I mean, some of the casting choices, I think I don't understand why they chose the actor to play Bison, that they did.
I don't either. That's weird, right?
Actor. I mean, he's a great actor.
Oh, he's fucking great. I love him.
Nothing against the guy, but you look at him and it's like, does not fit the role in any way. I mean, everybody else, I would be like, yeah, okay, Ken looks to be fine. Ryu looks to be fine. Blanca. Okay.
Sure. I mean, Jason Momoa, great fit, right?
Exactly. Chun-Li, E Honda, Dawson, Cammy.
Yeah.
The casting choices from those sides, I think, all look great, but it's just Bison alone. You see that, and it's like, no.
I don't know. Maybe the actor has like some serious acting chops we don't know about. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He was fucking great in Suicide Squad Part 2. He was great in Dexter. But all of these roles that I've seen him play, he plays kind of the same unassuming character, right?
Yeah.
It's always kind of a soft-spoken, weird dude. So seeing him play this role is going to be interesting because Bison's not exactly like a quiet, a nice guy. You know what I mean?
No,
And he's also super fucking built. So I guess he's wearing a muscle suit underneath his outfit in this one because the guy's like this big.
Yeah,
that's
also the thing. I mean, he if you look at him, he would have been a more fitting part for Dawson.
Yeah,
from his stature.
absolutely.
This is like or maybe by along, but okay, but he's not Asian. I don't think the guy isn't Asian, or
no, he's not Asian.
No?
He's a white dude from
he's white. He's a white guy. He's a
Midwestern state. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I don't know. I just had the feeling there could have been so much roles that would fit him better in the Street Fighter universe. Oh, one thing I already hate about is 50 Cent is playing in it.
I did not know that.
He's Balrog.
Okay.
And
I did not know that. I do not like 50 Cent.
No. That when I saw that was reason enough for me not to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I do not like hip hop, and he is, in my opinion, one of the hip hop artists I despise the most. I do not like his art. I do not like his music. I do not like his lyrics. I think they are despicable, and they are a disgrace to art and music themselves. 50 Cent being in the movie is a reason not to watch it. And I openly admit that. It's not like I'm saying like I'm not going to watch it because he's in it, but it's just I'm like, why? There are so much other actors they could have taken for Balrog, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, dude. He doesn't really fit anyway.
No, I mean he's not an actor. I don't know much things he's acted in. I just think there are a million different actors they could have taken, in my opinion, that probably would have been better. Yeah. But they chose to go with him. Yeah. And that's how it is. Yeah.
So it remains to be seen how that one looks. I'm trying to think of other video game movies that were really fucking not good, but the problem is they're so fucking forgettable. You know what I mean? If they're bad, but not funny bad, then you just kind of forget about them. But the ones that are good stick with you. And there are a few video game movies that were good, but I think there's a lot more of them that were bad. So it's kind of a toss-up when you get a video game movie if it's going to be good or bad. Why do you think that is? Is it because the movie industry, directors, people in Hollywood do not take video games seriously, so they try to add shit to it or take away from it to make it more palatable for the audience? Like, what's the fucking deal, dude?
Well, this might get into a long discussion because...
That's fine. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think it depends on... depends from studio to filmmaker to filmmaker, but generally, if you look into statements made by multiple directors, multiple writers, multiple producers of movies over the years, a lot of their statements about video games, a lot of them, for one, do not take video games seriously. A lot of them even openly disrespect video games. And others just, I would say, despise the medium as a whole. In generally, a lot of them also see video games as a lower art form. The same goes for a lot of actors, but not all of them. There are multiple actors coming out now specifically that play fantasy science fiction that openly state that they've been video gamers their entire lives. I mean, Henry Cavill, prime example. Deborah Ann Wilson that played in Daredevil. Yeah. Christopher Lambert, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
that's why he did Mortal Kombat to begin with, because he was a Mortal Kombat fan. Yeah.
Exactly. It's fucking nuts. So I would say it's the three things I mentioned. Also, there's a theory that pops up a lot on the internet, and I do think could be true, is that I do think that the movie industry as a whole feels threatened and is a little bit jealous of video. Because what a lot of people, for some reason till nowadays, that is not said in news or whatever to a certain degree, and has not really gotten through to the, I would say, normal population of society, is that video games make more money than the movie and music industry combined.
Correct.
And there are even years where the video game industry makes double the amount.
Yep.
And I mean, the double amount of the movie and music industry combined. So even though you can say like the AAA industry has had its issues, they've been struggling for the last few years. That's not the industry as a whole. So of course the layoff thing that has been going off. That was not necessarily a good sign for the industry, but still, despite all of those factors, the video game industry is doing way better than the movie and music industry have been doing for years now. So but still, for some reason, those two industries are being seen as normal and socially acceptable. And to a lot of degrees, video games are still being seen as either something people do that have no lives or something for children. Now, this is another crazy thing. The common misbelief that video games are for children. Now, how is that if literally 80% of all video games being made on the market are made for adults? The majority of video games that are being made are not being made for children, even to the point. Now, if you talk like with friends, family, people I know, every time when I talk to like, hey, my sisters, for example, come down and with my nephew, hey, you want to try out a Spider-Man game? No, my sister asks me, is that okay for kids? And I'm like, it's a Spider-Man game.
What a freaking crazy question.
No, but the point is, what I want to bring up is people have when you talk to video games, the first question normies ask you is that game okay for kids? So if generally the first instinct in all of these people is to ask if a video game is suitable for children, doesn't that tell you that video games are not necessarily for children?
Yeah.
But then when it comes also when let's say different filmmakers, you can bring up multiple over the years have made multiple comments about video games that have enraged the entire gaming community as a whole. And it began with Resident Evil, the movies, specifically the creator and husband of Mila Jovovich. By the way, that character only exists. He created that character for his wife.
Yeah, she only exists in the films. She doesn't exist in the game.
Because of him. However, he also even stated that he doesn't want to do the video games because the video games are focused on so many different characters. And for normal people, you have to have one character and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, okay, there are still multiple female characters he would have gone with that fans would have accepted. But no, he decides to create an entirely different character that has nothing to do with the Resident Evil universe and does not fit in at all. So then he starts with the first movie that has nothing to do with Resident Evil at all beyond the fact that there's zombies in it. Yeah. And he's even stated, even when it came out, he was like, yeah, well, you can't make video game fans happy whatever you do anyway, so fuck them, more or less.
Yeah, of course you can. Follow the fucking template of the video game. What the fuck?
Dude, that was when the first Resident Evil movie came out. I mean, he didn't say it in exactly that way, but basically.
Yeah.
There was another famous director. Can't fully remember his name. He was involved in a lot of series. He also made multiple statements on how video games are just a lower art form, that you basically go from point A to point B, kill a few people, but there's no actual meaningful storytelling in them.
Right.
One of the prime examples also is Noah Hawley, that
our favorite fucking guy.
Ever since Alien Earth, I've only come to despise as a artist, not an art creator, not as a human. I mean, don't know him. I'm just
don't know anything about him. Yeah, I just don't like his opinions.
He has also even stated that he has no interest in making the Far Cry series, upcoming series, like the video games because the video games have no meaningful storytelling. You just go from level to level, complete objective from objective, and that's pretty much it. They have no meaningful. That is what Noah Haley's statement was.
Which tells me he's never actually played the fucking video game or even done his job looking into it to see.
No.
Yeah, like, dude, I think that most of these comments and most of these things that are said by people who don't understand video games and probably haven't given them a chance to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just like the internet. You go on there and everybody's got an opinion about something, but they themselves have not taken the time to do the research about the topic they're complaining about or making statements about, and that ruins it for everybody else. But I think the thing that rings true more than anything else that you've said is the fact that people that are in Hollywood, directors, writers, all these people are threatened by the video game industry. Because it is not a true statement to say that video games are not a good and real medium for storytelling. That is about as untrue as it can get. As a matter of fact, I would go the opposite direction. I would say Hollywood is so wrapped up in trying to make money and trying to say the right thing and trying to push an agenda that their storytelling lacks a lot of times. Not to mention time-wise. If you watch a movie, that's not a whole lot of time to tell a great story. Like, you have to cut corners to get the story to work.
Yeah.
Video games, no such fucking thing. The storytelling in video games goes on and on and on, and sometimes it takes you months to play a game, and the stories are so involved and so deep that by the time you're done with that, you remember that the rest of your fucking life. Whereas I can't remember half the movies I saw that were fucking pointless, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's also, the main thing is also video games are interactive. You're not as passive just watching it happen. You're actively experiencing the story. You're actively taking a part in. Even if a lot of video games do not have multiple paths you can go through, and they only have basically one story, a scripted
like
story.
Linear.
I mean, that's fine for me as well. You're still actively experiencing the story instead of just passively watching it. There are also a lot of people I'm an action RPG and RPG fan. Those are the main type of video games I play. And you constantly know if there's a lot of people when a video game is linear, it has a linear story, and the majority of decisions you make do not affect that story. That is a lot of people fucking complain about it. And it's like, okay. The point is, I like it actually when you have a video game that every decision you make immediately changes the story and will have an effect on the story. That's brilliant. I mean, The Witcher.
Awesome.
I mean, The Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, Dragon Age, the older ones, Veilguard sucks. I played it.
Fable now has taken that to a whole new level too. Did you read about that shit?
Yeah, exactly. I've read about it.
Awesome.
And that's something that movies cannot do. A lot of people complain about Sony being more movie games than video games because they have a lot of cutscenes. It's like there are video games that are that way. Naughty Dog games, I do not like them. I mean, Uncharted, The Last of Us. For me, that has always been more movies than games. Don't like them. Yeah. But that claim is made about all of the other Sony exclusive games, for example. But not get too much into it. But even the kind of video games that are more like interactive movies, like Detroit Become Human, for example. Don't know if you played it.
Demo. Yeah, I didn't. I usually will play a demo to figure out if I like it. I didn't really think it was all that great.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, that when it comes to an AI story, with robots becoming sentient or whatever, brilliantly done. I mean, the thing is, the game has like over 90 different endings.
Holy shit.
And it has like 40 main endings, or 40 to 50, and you've taken all the variations that can happen throughout the game, and it becomes every single one of them as a different story The game has 90 different endings. I played the game.
Shit.
I played the game 4 times. And the story ended entirely differently every single time. Not only in the beginning, but in the beginning, in the middle, halfway through the game, and towards the end. It ended differently every single time. In my 4th playthrough, after usually the game was over, it went on for multiple more levels because the character I played in my previous playthroughs died. And in my 4th playthrough, I managed to actually get that character to survive. So her story played out, and that was an entire section that went on for like 3 or 4 hours that did not know that is in the game. And that was in my 4th playthrough of that game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that happens, dude. And that's becoming more common with video games, too. I remember the first time that I had noticed that something like that was possible was when I played Nier. Because the first Nier game, you beat it, and you're like, oh, that was a short game, and you would have turned it off. But there's New Game Plus, so you go back, and you don't have to play the entire game, but it starts you off kind of in the middle of that story. And then the story progresses for like almost like 2 months of gameplay after that. And then if you did certain things in that story and you went back and did New Game Plus, you got a completely different story. So what you're talking about is replayability, which is something that you have with video games that you don't have with movies as well, right?
Yeah.
Because if you see a movie and it was just okay, that's the last time you're going to see it. But there are video games that I've been playing again and again and again and again and again since I was fucking 14. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's a medium that can be re-experienced and re-experienced differently every time.
Yeah.
Unlike a movie, which is the same every time you play it. I just think the medium is better, dude. I think...
Yeah. I mean, people ask me why I still play video games in my mid-40s is pretty simple. Because video games are superior to movies and TV shows in every way.
Yeah.
They are absolutely
I'll back you up on that. They are, yeah.
And that's why I'm not really much interested in video game adaptations. I'm not saying I dislike them or I don't watch them. I'm just not really interested in them that much because I think movies and TV shows are inferior to video games.
Yeah, they are. I'm with you on that. Absolutely.
In every way. That's why even the Zelda movie coming up, I mean, looks good so far, but still, I'm not really that much hyped for it because I have pretty much all Zelda games and I don't need a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what they can do that is going to make the movie any way better than the video games.
That's kind of where I wanted to go with this conversation too. It just seems like video games have gotten to a point where they are so good that they are better than movies, right? And I agree with you on that. If the video game is done correctly, certainly you have video games that are not as good, but most of them are. Why do you need a movie other than to just be a cash grab? Because ultimately that's what it is. If we look at movies that are made after video games, for the most part, they don't follow the video game. Perfect example, Resident Evil. Or they change something fundamental about the story to be more palatable for normal people, which ruins it for hardcore fans, right? It's just, there's no reason to do a movie from a video game unless it's just about money. There are some cases where the creator of the movie actually loves the video game, and that's why they're doing it. Which I think the movie that we're talking about, that is the case here, right?
Yes, that is absolutely the case here.
Yeah. That does not necessarily make it a good movie, but I think there are other reasons for that. Before we get into what movie this is, I do want to say, though, Mike, were you a fan of Gears of War at all?
No, I haven't played any of them.
Okay. Gears of War was one of my favorite video games. It's the video game that brought me onto consoles. Before Gears of War, I was playing everything on PC because graphics were better on PC and it was just all around a better experience.
Yeah,
right?
well, you can still make that statement. It still is.
Yeah, it's still better. It's still better. But consoles have kind of caught up with PC graphics for the most part.
For the most part.
I mean, if I look at some games on console and then the same game on PC, I don't notice too much of a difference. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
And so that's what brought me to the console was Gears of War. And for that game has been talking about making a fucking movie now on and off in the media for over 22 years. 22 years. Oh, they're going to come out with a Gears of War movie this year. Oh, it didn't happen. Oh, they're going to come out with a Gears of War movie this year. Hasn't happened. And so now we're getting another game instead of a movie. I'm like, question out there for anybody that knows, what the fuck is the holdup, guys? What the fuck is the holdup?
I know. I mean, for one, why? Who needs it? Second is first they were going to make a Horizon Zero Dawn series, and then they canceled it. No, we're going to make a movie. And it's like, okay, I don't give a shit. I want Horizon 3.
Yeah, give me the video.
I don't give a fuck if they're going to make a movie or a show. I want Horizon 3.
Yeah. Are we ever going to get that, by the way? What's the story?
Well, I mean, even when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, the studio said that the story was already written for 3 games. So straight up,
right. It's obviously a trilogy, right?
Yeah, it will. I mean, straight up, Horizon was straight up planned as a trilogy. So, and they've stated that. So,
yeah,
who actually knows when Horizon 3 is coming out? There has not been any announcement or whatever. I honestly do not know, dude. And
it's just taking a while. I mean, it's like one of the best video games I've ever played. I'm kind of jonesing for the third one.
I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I loved Forbidden West. They were both great.
Yeah.
But it's like, for some reason, I don't know, Sony has been on their live service delusion.
Yeah.
And they're still going forward with it for some reason.
I know.
Even though it cost them billions, they still want to continue on it. They're not making Horizon 3. They're making a kind of Overwatch type of game just in the Horizon universe called Horizon New Frontiers, where it's like one of the main characters is Aaron. Nothing against Aaron from Horizon, but I want to play Aloy. I don't give a fuck about Aloy.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I named one of my ferrets after her. So,
see, now all you got to do is clone her, and you can have another Aloy.
Yeah.
It's just like Aloy in the video game. I'm sorry, that's nerd humor. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. But for anybody who hasn't played any of the Horizon games, if you're a video game person and you were on the fence about that one, go play the fucking game. Blow your mind. Like, storytelling-wise, the stuff that we've been talking about here, there is not a movie, there is not a book, there is nothing that comes close to that fucking story, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the best sci-fi stories I have experienced in years, dude.
I mean, I would say sci-fi horror. I mean, it's got very, very big horror elements to it.
No, I mean, don't come on. Horizon horror, come on.
I mean, it's not a horror, but there are parts that are very, very, very dark. Like, it depends on what you consider horror. Dark subject matter, it does not really get much darker than that game in terms of subject matter and what happens. You know what I mean?
Well,
but it's all up here.
When it comes to dark, it's like, well, kind of. If you the entire backstory to the events leading up to it and whatever is like, okay, maybe, but Yeah,
it's sci-fi. Okay, dark sci-fi fantasy. Fine. But mostly sci-fi. But if you were on the fence about playing that game, just fucking get it. Get first one and second one. Trust me, you're gonna thank us.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the conversation at hand. So, video game movies. This movie that we're doing is based on a video game. I say that Mike did it to torture me because it is literally my absolute fucking favorite video game in the world.
Yeah.
This is the video game that I play when I'm having a bad day. This is a video game that I used to play with my family when I was fucking 9 years old. It's become a family thing. This really can do no wrong for me, video game wise. Like, this is the epitome of video games for me. And they've done 2 movies. We're not doing the bad one. We're doing the somewhat better one. Mike, what movie are we doing today?
Doom Annihilation.
Yes.
Yeah. So from 2019. The one that got less hate than the previous one.
There's good reasons for that.
Yeah, good reason. I was one of the few people that even liked the Doom with Karl Urban and The Rock. When it came out of the movies, my first thought was they should have called this movie something else. It was a good movie. I liked it, even though they ripped off so much things from Alien and Terminator and whatever.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
so,
but this movie does this exact same thing.
Well, I mean, there's a good reason for that. Doom has got a backstory that a lot of people don't really know about, and there's a reason why these themes kind of all fit together. So when you're talking about the original Doom movie, the one with Karl Urban and The Rock, as a movie, all right, let's remove Doom from it, right? As a movie,
yeah,
it's not bad. It was great. It even had like a first-person section to it that was actually really cool.
That part was awesome. No, I mean,
that was cool, right?
That's the thing. I even like that aspect of Karl Urban being this superhuman thing, but it just does not fit in the Doom universe.
That's just it. You should not have called it Doom. It has nothing to fucking do with Doom. And what you did when you made that was you made a movie. This is so stupid. You made a movie based on the most popular video game that probably ever existed, besides Super Mario Brothers, right? Doom, the grandfather and starter of all first-person shooters, right? Now, when you do that, you better follow the fucking story to a T, because you are not just pissing off one generation of people, you are pissing off multiple generations of people. Because I was playing this game, my uncle, who is now like 80-something, was playing this game. My brothers were playing this game. Everybody I knew. It was multi-generational because it had never been done before. You had never had a first-person shooter that was on this level. And so everybody fucking played it. If you make a movie, stick to the fucking story. If not, you're going to piss everybody off. And they didn't stick to the story. And it pissed everybody off. That movie deserved all the fucking hate it got. Period. And I don't feel bad about it. As a movie by itself, not called Doom, it would have been okay. And I will also argue, Mike, that that movie is the reason why this one did not do as well as it should have.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because the studio greenlit that movie, and a lot of people don't really realize that movie was a blockbuster-style movie with a huge fucking budget. Huge budget. And so they got thrown all this money to make this work, and it didn't work. And so the next time somebody wants to do Doom, they're not going to throw that amount of money at them because the first one was a flop. So them doing that with that movie caused this one to not do as good, right? There are a few things about this movie that we need to clear up. And I would feel very remiss as a Doom hardcore fan not to point this out. And we talked about this before we started filming. So they gender swapped Doom guy in this movie.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. What was the reception to that, Mike?
It was not a good one. I mean, how should I say it? The point is, and this is nothing for me. Like, I don't have an issue with heroines or whatever. I mean, some of my favorite video games have were specifically female play characters, and I think it's totally fine. But it's just like it's Doomslayer or Doom guy, whatever iteration you want to go with,
right?
And it's like you have like this narrative thing going on with Hollywood where they say like diversity, woke, blah blah blah. You have the entire culture war shit going on. That is ridiculous. But with all of that going on, they take like Doom, for example, and have Doom guy being played by by Doom girl. That people were calling it Doom girl, not Doom guy. What made it specifically even worse after that was announced was that the actress that played Doom girl, it went onto social media and made a post, "Fuck Doom guy," and I saw her post, and it was nothing malicious. It was just a joke, you know, like you and me basically, hey, fuck you, dude, or whatever. That was basically you could see that there was no malicious intent, there was no disrespect for the character in the movie.
Yeah,
it was just a joke, but the thing is, the thing is, she was in a Doom movie. That enraged the entire gaming community. Not only the typical right-wing grifters, but everyone. Everyone was pissed off about this. And that entire shitstorm, there were a lot of people say, fuck it, I'm not watching it. No. Yeah. I'm boycotting it. And I do think that had, to a certain degree, is why a lot of people boycotted it. I did not really care that much about it. I just was not really interested because the entire controversy around these things at that time, for me, was more interesting than the movies or games themselves.
Yeah.
So I looked into a lot of the things going on around it or whatever. I have the Doom games. I don't need a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the point is, you can't really make a statement to defend it because a lot of people are just going to say you're defending it because you're a simp for the actress.
Yeah, of course.
You're either going to be called like misogynist, incel, or the other sides are going to call you a simp. And I'm going to have to admit, dude, this actress is definitely a reason why I would watch the movie.
Yes, I will give you that. She is nice to look at. Like, if you were going to replace Doom Guy with anyone,
dude,
and it has to be a female, make it a good-looking woman. She's a good-looking woman.
He's
Absolutely.
Like literally one of the most beautiful women I've seen. So,
yeah. I mean, as a diehard Doom fan, I did not see this movie, and I think it was specifically at the time when I heard about it, I was like, well, they're gonna fucking ruin it, and it had nothing to do with the fact that they had a female in Doom Guy's spot. Like, because I had heard enough details about this movie to realize what they were actually doing, and so the fact that she was a female didn't bother me. The thing that bothered me is I knew in my head, hey, this is Hollywood. They're going to fucking destroy the story. Just like they did last time. I'm not going to fucking bother with it. And then when Mike put this movie on our list, I was like, well, I guess I have to fucking see it. So now I've seen it, and now I completely realize what they did. But to explain this to where anybody who is a Doom fan or not a Doom fan is going to understand what they did, I'm going to have to give you an explanation of what Doom is, what's canon, and what's not. And I'll do it as quick as I can. Here you go. Before Doom had lore, it had a very simple mission statement. What if a heavy metal album cover became a computer game and everybody inside it hated you personally? In 1992, a small team at ID Software in Texas had already made Wolfenstein 3D. John Carmack was the technology wizard. John Romero designed levels and radiated enough confidence to power Dallas. Adrian Carmack and Kevin Cloud created the gore-soaked artwork. Tom Hall developed the original story concept. Sandy Peterson joined the design team, and Bobby Prince supplied the metal-soaked music. They combined science fiction, demonic horror, heavy metal, and an engine that made other computers look like angry spreadsheets. Then, on December 10th, 1993, they uploaded the first episode as shareware. It was free to copy and pass around, so people did, aggressively. University and workplace networks became clogged with doom because civilization had finally discovered a more important use for computers than employment. It popularized network deathmatch, encouraged players to build levels, and made shooters a dominant genre. People called competing games Doom clones. That is how thoroughly Doom ate the industry. The story begins with an unnamed space marine. Later, fans call him Doom Guy because literature is dead. He punches a commanding officer who orders him to fire on civilians. As punishment, he is transferred to Mars, where the Union Aerospace Corporation has been experimenting with teleportation on Phobos and Deimos. The teleporters work perfectly, assuming the objective was to open hell and fill the workplace with demons. Doom Guy fights across Phobos, discovers Deimos floating above hell, descends into the inferno, and kills one enormous spider mastermind. He steps through a portal expecting Earth. He does reach Earth. Unfortunately, hell got there first. And then he finds Daisy, his pet rabbit, dead. Her severed head appears on a stake. This is the source of Doomguy's limitless rage. Humanity is being exterminated, yes, but they killed his bunny. Doom becomes John Wick, except the dog is a rabbit and every nightclub is hell. In Doom 2, Hell on Earth, Doomguy helps humanity escape, returns to hell, and kills the icon of sin by firing rockets into its exposed brain. Hidden inside is John Romero's head, because even the final boss had developer commentary. Then comes Doom 64, released in 1997. Despite the title, it is not the 64th Doom. Humanity would not have survived the annual release schedule. The mother demon resurrects the demons. Doomguy kills her, then remains in hell forever so nothing can rise again. He stays so long that he stops being a damaged soldier and becomes demonic folklore with biceps. But first, Doom 3 arrives in 2004 and turns the lights off. It retells the Mars disaster as claustrophobic survival horror. A different Marine reaches a UAC facility. Dr. Betruger unleashes hell, and our hero must choose between a gun and a flashlight. The future has interplanetary travel, but no duct tape. So, is Doom 3 canon? No, but also yes, but mostly not in the way you mean. It was created as a standalone reimagining, not as the next chapter after Doom 64, and its Marine is not established as the Doomslayer, so it does not fit neatly into the main hero's biography. However, modern Doom contains connections to Doom 3, and game director Hugo Martin has directly called it canon. The safest explanation is that its events belong somewhere in the wider cosmology, but not in the clean sequence of Doomguy's story. In other words, canon universe, wrong hallway, probably. Please stop asking before the demons notice the continuity error. So now that I'm done with that, it's easier to understand what they did here. So this filmmaker, this writer-director, is a Doom fan. Not only is he a Doom fan, he was a big Doom fan. Like, he has childhood memories of playing Doom with his family, enjoying it. Every aspect of it was amazing for him. He goes on and on about this. So this is a movie by a Doom fan for Doom fans, right? Unfortunately, when he went to get the rights to make this movie, the only rights that they gave him were the rights to Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3. Nothing after that. So you don't get the story of the Doom Slayer in Doom 2016 and anything else that follows, which that story is extremely intricate and fun. To be fair, the budget for this movie was not good enough for them to be able to do any of that anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Now, if you go by Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3, as I said earlier, Doom 3 has absolutely nothing to do with Doom 1 and 2, right? Doom 3 is its own thing, and for that reason alone, that character of the doomed Marine can be thrown out the window. It can be a woman, it can be anybody, because it doesn't fucking matter to the canon, which was a very safe move for this guy to do this, right? Yeah. And so all the hate that this movie gets for having a female Doom Marine is pointless. And if they really understood the story, no one would care anyway. Right? Yeah. Doom 3, as I said earlier, was kind of known for being an offshoot of the other games, and the fact that the tone was completely different. It was definitely a horror game, right? It is a horror game.
It was extremely slow paced. I mean, dude, it's like, I don't know. Doom 3, I never ended it. I don't know. It's like, how should I say it? I mean, I played Doom 1 and mainly Doom 2. Yeah. God, but this game, I played a few sessions of it, but it just got boring to me.
So that's the thing. That version of Doom, either you love it or you hate it, right? Yeah. Because your normal Doom fans from Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 64, which that is the original canon, as I explained, they liked the fast run and gun stuff. It wasn't about being horror. It was about destroying demons, right? And so when Doom 3 came along, they went for something different. They went for a horror atmosphere that was slow paced, slow burned. And a lot of people loved it. And that game is a good thing because it brought fans into Doom that weren't originally Doom fans, right? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
And so, as a slow pace, slow burn horror game, it is actually a great fucking game. Like I love Doom 3.
It's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad. I mean, I thought it was a good game. It's
yeah,
just, and it's not like I said, I played it once and then it got bored. I played it for a while.
yeah,
Just, it got boring to me pretty quick
yeah,
for video games comparison wise.
yeah,
And at one point, I just stopped playing because I was not really. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe I should pick it up again. Maybe I'll get into it.
Well, so the version that you'll get now, especially, I mean, you're a PS5 player. The version that you'll get now is the tuned version. So the lighting has been fixed. The speed of the character has been fixed.
Yeah.
The flashlight bullshit has been fixed. All of that stuff that was irritating about the game has been fixed.
Yeah.
So now it is a much better game than it was. At the time, it was one of those games that would piss you off and make you like, is anything gonna fucking happen anytime soon? Like, I can see why you ended it. It is a very, very slow burn game. But for that reason alone, the only thing that it has to do with Doom is the story. The rest of it has nothing to do with Doom. Doom 3 was its own fucking thing, and to be quite honest, they should have called it something different than Doom, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the story that this guy had to work with. And so that's what he did. He took the characters from that game and made a movie off of Doom 3 with a couple different things that get thrown in here and there from Doom 1 and Doom 2, which are really cool Easter eggs. Like, I like how they did this, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few things. The key cards that they use in this movie that you see are absolute perfect replicas of the key cards from Doom 1 and 2. Yeah. They look exactly like those. And every time they get shown on screen, I'm like, it's fucking cool. Yeah. The other thing is when you see Mars from above looking down on the base on the Mars moon, it looks exactly like Doom 1 from above. There's that quick cut scene, like right here, I'll put it on the screen, that's in between levels that lets you know how many demons you killed, how many secrets you found, that kind of thing. That screenshot right there is exactly what you see in the film. So that was cool. Daisy is the name of the computer system, the AI that they use. Daisy is the name of, like I said before, the pet rabbit that was Doom guys that got killed by the demons. So that's why her name is Daisy. There is a guy, the first dead guy that they find in this movie. His name is Carmack. Carmack is the name of one of the creators of Doom. Yeah. And there's a whole bunch more Easter eggs spread out throughout this film. That said, Mike, there's not a whole lot that happens in this film.
That is true. That's why, I mean, specifically going through the movie itself is going to be not really much. I mean, we're probably going to get into it, but how should I say? You could say like 50% of this movie is literally them walking through the exact same corridor with guns held up. Nothing coming at them. Nobody doing anything. They're walking through the same corridor from different angles. It's being filmed, and they changed the color of the walls with lights, probably the lights in the room, to make it look like they're going through a different corridor. That is like, I mean,
this is all these things that you're mentioning are things that are very typical of a film that was underfunded. So this is very low budget. And it shows if you're watching. Now, if you're just watching this movie to watch a movie and you're not particularly concerned with the details, you're probably not going to have a bad time. But if you're someone who watches details and watches things that happen and looks for continuity, it's pretty fucking off. And like you said, going through this scene per scene would be fucking pointless. Because there is so much of nothing that happens, right? We can probably just kind of say what happens and then talk about it along the way. I mean, so this is basically Doom 3. And so what you get is a facility on one of the moons of Mars, specifically Phobos.
Yeah.
And the Phobos moon has scientists that are there that have discovered an ancient civilization that used to live on Mars, which is the story of Doom 3.
Yeah.
And they discovered that this civilization had portal technology.
Yeah.
Right? And this portal technology is actually dimensional technology that can be altered to take you from point A to point B if point A and point B is selected, right?
Yeah.
But during that travel, you also have to go through different dimensions. You don't notice it.
Yeah.
But you have to. Unfortunately, one of those dimensions is hell. And they didn't know that when they were using this technology. So they set up one teleporter that they found on Phobos.
Yeah.
Now, in the game, there's also several different portals on Mars, but they don't really go into that in this movie. It mostly happens on Phobos, which is the moon outside of Mars. There's a portal there, and they've taken that portal and reconstructed it on Earth, right?
Yeah.
And so on Earth, you have a group of scientists that are working together with the guys on Phobos to try and transport things from one portal to another. And they were successful, right? They tried it with one guy. This guy was not a scientist. I think he was just somebody who volunteered to do this, right?
No, he was a scientist.
He was a scientist. Okay. So they put this guy through the portal on Phobos, and he came out of the other side of the portal on Earth. Unfortunately, when he came out
Other way around.
the portal on Earth,
Other way around. Earth to Phobos.
Is it the other way around? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So Dr. Betruger, who is, his name should have been a dead giveaway about what this guy was doing, right? Betruger in German means someone who betrays everyone, right? So it's a dead giveaway that he's a bad dude. But so he's on Phobos and everybody else is on Earth. So the scientist gets sent through the portal, comes out on the other side on Phobos, and is now different, right?
Yeah.
You could say, if you were looking at this guy and you had no concept of what he was, you would probably say like disturbed, extremely disturbed, and possibly a little bit demonic because his fingernails have grown.
Yeah.
His skin's turned blue, like basically a demonic looking zombie, right? So they lock this guy away and they don't tell anybody about it, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to say what's happened because they want to continue getting their money for this research, right? So that they can continue researching this portal technology. This is exactly what happens in the game, but this is the part that you didn't see. So in the game, they didn't show you that this happened, but this happened multiple times in the game. You only read about it, right? So Dr. Betruger is hell-bent on still being able to get his money for this research funding so that he can use portal technology to make movement of human beings throughout the galaxy easier, quicker. Basically, it would change history, right? For human beings to be able to travel like this. So, unfortunately, the guys on Earth saw exactly what happened with this subject that came through the portal, and they realized that things were not right. Dr. Betruger says, you can't shut us down. You can't cut off my funding. This is wrong. And the Earth government says, no, we have to, because we're not going to find somebody else who wants to go through this portal because this is going to happen to them. And he says, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Also, you're true about that, but it's also, this is something that made the other doctor that was, doing for the government part or whatever, said Dr. Armand Khan is character. He said, I cannot with a good conscience pick out anybody to do this again after seeing what happened to them.
Right.
So there is you can clearly see that from the Earth government side, as you say, this this is a technology that is beyond anything we can comprehend. And at the moment, there is no safe way to put any living being through it. No? Yeah.
Exactly. This was not discussed in the games. This is something that was created specifically for this movie.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's a cool aspect of it that Betruger was told no, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in the video game, you've got a group of scientists or like people that are financing the UAC coming from the Earth to Mars to sit down with him and ask him to show them his research, which he doesn't want to do in the game, right? Movie's a little bit different. But my question here, Mike, and I noticed this when I was watching it. If that's the case, if they can't find humans to go through, when has the government ever had a problem sending animals through stuff? You know what I mean? Like, That would not have been enough reason for this government to shut anything down. They would have been like, oh, let's go to the local zoo and get some chimpanzees. See what happens.
Yeah.
But they don't. So Dr. Betruger says, that's okay. I'm going to go through. Right. So we don't get to see Dr. Betruger go through this portal, but he does.
Yes, he does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him go through, and that's when shit goes down.
Yeah. But we don't get to see him come out the other side is what I mean.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We see him later, but we don't see him when he comes out. Right. So yeah, all hell breaks loose on Phobos, and it is a complete disaster, and Marines are called in, right? You don't get to see what happens on Phobos. You don't get to see the carnage. You don't get to see any of the demons, any of the bad stuff that happens. All you know is now they've contacted a group of UAC Marines, which are basically like world police is what it comes down to at this time. These are Marines, but now the world is kind of together. Like we're not different cities and different states. We're like one big world community. And these guys would be like the Marines of the world. So they're called in to work for the UAC because there's been an issue at this facility, right? And this is where we meet all these guys. These are the most throwaway fucking characters I have ever seen in my life, Mike.
You mean the Space Marines? No?
Yes.
Yeah. This is I don't know. I can't remember any character by name except the Australian guy. But it's such a I don't know, stereotypical Austrian typical character, and with a bad Austrian accent, by the way. The only character I probably notice that I remember is Joanne Dark. No?
Yes. What a name, right?
Yeah, obviously John Dark. No? So I mean yeah. So but I remember her, no? But everybody else, the other one is the captain, for example. That's something that bothered me because Captain Hector, this guy looks like Doom guy from Doom 1 or 2, Doom 2.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few problems with that. I wish that, I mean, honestly, this movie is not done particularly well. So I'm fine with whatever decision they made, because if they had made a good decision, it would have kind of been wasted. I appreciate what this writer director did. He wanted to make a movie about Doom because he loved Doom, but it did not really work out that great. It wasn't a bad movie, but whatever.
Yeah.
This guy is also carrying the signature shotgun of Doom guy, right?
Exactly.
It is the fucking shotgun from Doom 2. Model type, everything. And he pulls it out of his kit, and one of the other Marines is like, I don't know why you want to use that like fucking ancient technology when we have these new cool weapons that work so much better. And he's like, you stick with what makes you comfortable, and I'm going to stick with what makes me comfortable. And he takes his shotgun with him, right?
Yeah.
This is also a completely wasted opportunity to do something cool, because this shotgun gets used twice in this movie and not well.
Yeah.
It's so fucking irritating how they just threw this shit away.
Yeah.
Like, you see it used twice and then dropped, and when it's used, it doesn't really do anything. On top of that, Mike, it's also not a sawed-off shotgun, which is also not correct. Like, it is a long barrel shotgun, but it is the same model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look just like Doom Guy. His character is very short-lived, though. He does not live very long.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. When we meet all these Marines, it's clear that none of the group, which I think there's like 8 of them, plus the lieutenant and the captain, right? It is obvious that none of these Marines like the lieutenant at all. The main character, right? They do not like her. When she comes out of her stasis pod, aliens, right? They come out of his stasis pod to come eat. Everybody else gets up from the table and walks away.
Yeah, but this is the thing also where you can see this entire scene, the beginning scene, this is like totally It's like,
Oh yeah.
it's like the typical alien scene. They're sitting down there out of cryo sleep, now all eating together or whatever, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, it's fine if an alien movie or show does this, but it's. I mean, I do think to a certain degree he's actually trying to do a throwback to Alien, but it's like it just feels like a ripoff.
Well,
You
there's a
know?
reason for that though, and this is kind of one of those inside Doom jokes that people that know a lot about the franchise understand. I don't think I brought it up earlier when I talked about all this stuff, but Doom and Doom 2 were actually envisioned as the video game representation of Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
That was the original idea. That's what John Carmack and the entire team wanted to do. They wanted to make a video game based on Alien and Aliens, and they were shot down. But Alien and Aliens was their favorite movie, and that's what Doom and Doom 2 were supposed to be. Because they didn't get the rights to it and 20th Century Fox didn't allow it, they created a video game about possessed people in hell.
India. Yeah.
But that's why you get this scene, is because everything about Doom is very alien-esque, even the architecture in the games and stuff, right? And so to not use this opportunity to make this joke would have been a total waste.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what this is. This is like Alien 1, where everybody is sitting down after coming out of their cryopods. It is the exact same shot, 1 for 1. You're absolutely correct about that. Which is nice. I like that. I like that bit of color. I'm trying to remember here. So there's something I noticed. So they land the ship on Phobos, right? And then they leave the ship to go into the facility. But as they enter the facility, none of them are wearing any type of spacesuit or anything like that. But there's no tunnel in between the ship and the entrance doors. So how is that working? What the fuck is going on there? Do you notice that?
Yeah, space magic.
That's fucking stupid.
I don't know, dude.
It bugged me when I watched it, but I was like, maybe I'm just missing something, man. Maybe like,
no, you're not missing anything. They're on this scene where you have like them talking about what they want to do, whatever. And where the one scientist that was the ex Doom girl comes in and, oh yeah, well I know that hatch right there. No, that's where you can go to. And she's like, I thought you've never been here. He's like, yeah, well, I read all the plans, so even to know how to get in if everything is not done. Oh, yeah. They're like, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, because if anybody's seen the movie Total Recall, which is pretty accurate about what Mars and the subsequent moon of Mars' atmosphere would be like, it's going to crush your fucking body, and you're not going to get any air. There's no way in hell that these guys would have walked from the ship to the entrance of the facility without some type of spacesuit or some type of breathing apparatus or something like that. They completely missed that, but I'm going to say this is just because of the budget of the film.
Yeah.
Because they probably didn't have money for spacesuits. I will say, though, when you do see CGI in this movie, in the sparse parts where it's used, it's really fucking good.
That's true. True.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. Yeah. And like me and Mike were talking before the podcast, like I know where all the budget for this movie went. It went to the CGI, because if you go by just the CGI parts, this movie would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the approach of the ship from the Marines to Mars. And then, all the outside shots of the moon, the spaceship landing, all that stuff looks fucking big budget brilliant. Like it's really, really good looking. Right. And I think we said this, or maybe you said this before, but, if they had more money, I think this movie would have been awesome. I think it could have been great. Yeah, I said, okay. It could have been great. Anyway, beside the point, one of the things they do bring in here, Mike, that is actual original Doom lore from Doom 1 and Doom 2 is that nobody on the lieutenant's squad likes her because they are being punished and having to go to this facility, and this is their new assignment because of something stupid she did, which was disobey orders, right?
Yeah.
So she disobeyed a direct order and her entire team got punished. That is exactly what the original Doom guy did in Doom 1 and Doom 2 to get him sent to Mars.
Yeah.
Was he disobeyed a direct order and punched his superior officer. And as a punishment, they sent him to Mars to go be security for UAC. So that is actually something from Doom 1 and Doom 2 that they slid into this movie. And that's why her team doesn't like her. Right. Why they put it in there, I don't know, because it doesn't really become an issue until much later in the film, and it's not really used to good effect, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just a little bit of Doom lore for you that they actually stuck into this film. These guys arrive at the facility, and like me and Mike said earlier, we do not see them leave the spacecraft and go into the facility. So we don't know how they're getting from the ship to the facility, but we'll just forget it and call it what Mike said it was, which is space magic, right? Yeah. When they get into the facility, by the way, there's one other guy that's tagging along with them, and he's a scientist, right?
The scientist guy, yeah.
Yeah, the scientist guy. He and Doom Girl used to date back in the day.
Yes, for about 40. Yeah. She's like that. This is the one of the interesting dynamics is between these two, yeah, because he acts like the guy that is still loaning for his ex, that he still has a thing going on for her, yeah, and she's acting towards him like, you know what, I don't really have any interest in this guy, but I fuck him if I get horny enough. That's acting towards him, no?
That's right.
Yeah,
and you end up feeling bad for this guy for most of the movie too. Like, up until the time that he bites it, you're like, oh man, that poor fucking guy, because he obviously still likes her, like really likes her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Who are you? Who are you again?" Poor fucking dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so they enter the facility, right? All these Marines and this guy, and this facility is fucking empty. The only person that they leave on the ship is the pilot of their ship, and basically he does nothing the whole movie except sit there. And they flash back and forth to him every once in a while. From the time that they enter the facility until the movie is over, they talk to this AI that is part of their ship that's called Daisy, right?
Yeah.
And Daisy is kind of the equivalent of the computer system from Star Trek. It just does what you ask it to do and what you tell it to do, and it's just kind of there to be a guide.
The AI,
it has
computer.
Yeah, computer.
Yeah, computer.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's just like Star Trek. So when they need a door opened or they need something explained, it explains it, right? There is a cool thing that happens here that was not done in Doom 3 or any of the other Doom games, and that is that this AI somehow gets taken over by this evil force as well. Yeah. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool because the whole time they're asking it to do stuff, and at that one point in this movie, it's like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not Daisy. Like, what the fuck? Like, this evil force can now take over the computer system as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But this part, from the time they get into the facility for the next probably 25 minutes, is exactly what me and Mike said it was. It is them walking through a facility.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that is unfortunately a large portion of the movie. So it's why it's hard to go through it scene by scene, because we were basically just talking about people walking through corridors.
Right.
And when they're not like pointing their guns in the air, even though there's obviously nothing there, they're talking about their feelings.
Yes. Which is very not doomy.
Yes, absolutely not at all. And specifically not the situation they're in. Not because nothing actually happens until they come across They're in this one they're all of a sudden, after walking through corridors for about 25 minutes, they come into they separate into two different groups. Now, because the
Yeah.
one scientist says like, oh yeah, he saw that there's nothing enough energy left. And
Yeah.
if we don't get this going back up, I mean, somehow it's going to cause everything to crash because
Yeah, it's the reactor, right? The reactor was shut down for some reason, and it only has like 2 hours of energy left on the backup generator. Yeah.
Yeah. And he says if we try to restart the system, everything is going to go out. Life support, everything will fail. So they separate into two different groups. One goes, I think, to the reactor. The other goes to the servers for some reason I don't remember and don't care about. And however, that's where they go split up into these two different groups. The one goes with the captain. The other one goes with the lieutenant. No, however. Nothing actually pretty much happens until Lieutenant and the Doom Girls group, come across this body where the head was severed, and they're like, okay, what the fuck happened here? Who killed this person? Whatever. That's what I'm trying to figure out. In the meantime, the captain, or I'm going to call Doom Guy because he looks like Doom Guy and he acts like Doom Guy.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Doom Guy. Yeah.
They all of a sudden think they came across something. Constantly, you see in their scan scan helmets like
heads up display.
What?
Heads up display.
Heads up display. Their heads up display. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was looking for.
That's what they call it too. Which Doom is the game that invented that word, heads up display. Yeah. Which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they come across this group of survivors that have somehow survived this shit. No?
Yep.
Or whatever. No? In the meantime, I'm not sure which person gets killed first.
It's just a rando. It's a fucking rando. One of the Marines, dude. Like
one of the Marine girls gets slaughtered by the first zombie. No?
Yeah.
And I think the Australian guy shoots the zombie. No? While the other group also automatically gets attacked by a zombie. No? After a certain while, the zombie gets back up, and Doom Girl shoots it again, and then it falls out on the floor. No? What they noted here is that these monsters or zombies once were people, but still they don't know actually where it exactly came from. No? And at the exact same time of these zombie things starting to appear, this evil force blocks the connection between these two groups.
Right. Yeah.
Because their telecom goes down. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I just checked it from the time that they land on the planet until the time that first zombie shows up. I did it because I had the movie in front of me. 27 minutes. 27 minutes of walking through a facility with nothing happening until they see the first possessed person.
Yeah.
That is a crazy amount of time in a movie for nothing to happen. Holy shit.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I completely zoned out when I was watching it just because of that.
For me as well. It took me when the action actually started. It's like, okay, this is getting cool now. No, because you have like the zombie things going on. Doom Girl and they're doing their thing, fighting off these zombie things, while Doom Guy, his group, came across survivors. No, in the same moment, one of the zombie comes and attacks one of the other survivors. No. So then they kill that zombie again, no? And then everybody's flipping out like, what was? Okay, so now we have to go and get out of here, more or less. No?
Right.
So did both Doom Girl has the short discussion with Australian guy and is like, okay, we have to get out of here. Doom Guy has the same discussion with his, like, we have to retreat. So both of these groups then retreat back into whatever they were with the survivors they met. They eventually meet up in this one hallway and they get back into their ship, I think.
Yep.
Somehow. Exactly.
So, you know what? I can't remember. I don't think they ever make it back into the ship.
No, or they might have locked themselves. Oh, no, they didn't. They never were back in the ship. Correct. Yeah.
They never go back in the ship because the driver gets attacked by an imp.
but Doom Girl does. The pilot gets attacked by an imp. Yeah? Doom
Right.
Girl, for some reason, goes back into the ship. What I cannot. Oh, because after they retreat back, no, they go back with the majority of the survivors and everything. No, with
Yeah.
that was Doctor Betruger. He was one of the survivors they also came across. No,
Yeah.
and around this time, there was something really odd happen because after the first zombie shows up, you have like the one marine girl pin the scientist towards the wall and is like, "What were you people? What shit were you working on here?" It's like a typical sci-fi trope. It's like nothing has happened so far. It was like one fucking zombie, and these are trained marines that are always already losing their fucking minds about this
Yeah.
shit. I mean, and it's also
It's
like,
the military abusing scientists. Typical.
yes, and specifically the first Marine that gets taken down. It's the typical example of, for some reason, a trained soldier forgets how a machine gun works.
Yes. Yes. This is one of my biggest problems with this movie, Mike, is
Yeah.
that if these guys are Space Marines, you have to assume that they're the same caliber people as what you had in Aliens, right? Where they're like, their life is to be Marines, their life is to be tough. They know weapon discipline, they know how to take their weapons apart, they know how weapons work, they know how squad tactics work, they know how to clear a building, all this stuff. These Marines step into this facility and apparently they forget everything they've ever learned because this is not how you clear anything. This is the most unsafe shit that you could possibly do. Like muzzle awareness, what is that? They wave their weapons around in front of each other, like flagging different people with their weapons the entire time. Half the time, the magazines go in wrong as well. I've noticed that. Like the magazines are supposedly interchangeable because one guy takes one out and then puts the other one in, but upside down. So that means that those bullets would not have come out of that weapon. And then half the time they're firing their weapons without magazines in them, which is also impossible. So like this is the worst case of ragtag Marines in any movie I've ever seen. And then the weapons also change how heavy they are, apparently, because there's a few Marines that are grunting because they're having to hold the weapon up with both hands and fire. And then there's Marines that are holding it by the grip handle, just doing this with this gigantic weapon half the time, too. So how heavy are the weapons? Does anybody know that? Because I have no idea.
I mean,
They
I
keep
would
shifting
assume.
their weight.
I mean, I don't know. I would assume. These are, I guess, normal machine guns, and I've never held a gun, to be honest. But the point is, these things are made out of metal, and they would be pretty fucking heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
probably as heavy as my base, I would say. Around
Yeah,
that.
at least.
Yeah?
Yeah, at
Yeah, at
least.
least. No, and it's like, God damn it. I mean, I could not hold up that weight. I could hold up that weight with one hand, no, but
Yeah.
not if it's like a gun. And I mean, even once the moment you shoot, dude, I mean, that thing will probably fly out of your hand and knock you back, I guess, or whatever. I mean, I've never shot a gun, but that's what I assumed. Whatever.
Recoil.
Recoil.
So
I mean,
with weapons, so they've gotten better. Like nowadays, we actually have some weapons that have carbon fiber pieces, so they are lighter, right? And there are some like an M4 or even an M16 you can hold up with one hand and fire. The recoil's not that bad, so I would assume these weapons, probably since this is the future, the recoil might not even exist. So it might not even have a kickback, and these things might be light because they're very boxy, and they could be also carbon fiber weapons with metal pieces on the inside. But if that is the case, then the weight of the weapon shouldn't change from one scene to the other.
yes.
This is like a very easy oversight that would have been easy for the director to be like, I think you're going to hold that weapon with both hands because it's super heavy. And then every scene should have remained that way. But there's some scenes where the weapon's made to look heavy as shit, and then other where they're just like holding it like this. So I don't know, dude. But we're going to chalk it up to just, it's a movie, whatever. I would have appreciated it if they were going to do a movie about Doom and use the Marines, that they would have taken a little bit more care with this, because these are the only characters we get. Like, we're
Yeah.
supposed to care about them. We're supposed to like them, and
Yeah.
like
I mean,
at
the thing
least
is-
make it work. You know?
No, but they're like, okay, you have like the Dr. Betruger, and then for some reason the priest is the most likable character in this
Oh yeah, dude, he's great.
show.
I liked him.
Yeah, he's a good character. I'm like, I can remember this is one of the best characters. This and Doom Girl, huh?
Yeah.
However,
Betruger is pretty good too.
what?
I like Betruger.
Betruger, yeah, okay. The character, yeah, of course. The character itself is great, but it's like in there in this room, I was having this discussion on what to do next because I know, okay, we have these fucking zombie things or whatever, no?
Yeah.
And they were called in here as security, telecoms that went down and everything, or blah blah blah. And then Doom Girl makes the good assumption of the plan. You know what? We're just gonna hide out in our fucking spaceship, no? And wait until the other Marines come because they're gonna send help. No? That's
Smart move.
I mean, smart move because the ship is totally disconnected from everything else. No?
Yeah.
So
Right.
makes sense. No?
Yeah.
But then there's like the science guy says, yeah, but the problem is that the energy is only gonna last for 30 minutes. No? So that technically means they have to either put the energy back up, even though that doesn't make much sense because they have energy on their ship, but okay.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like the ship is completely separate from the reactor used to power this facility. So
yeah,
I mean,
they couldn't care less if the life support on that. But however, okay. So then the scientist brings up the discussion, but we still have the portals. No,
yeah,
this is something that we haven't mentioned yet because when they were locked in the corridors. No, Doom Girl walks up to the scientist. Okay, what the fuck are you guys doing up here? Nah?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's classified. I can tell you, or whatever. Then Doom Girl is like, this is a military situation now. You're gonna tell me whatever the fuck I tell you to tell me. No?
Yeah.
And then he more or less spills out what it is. That they found this they found signs of an alien civilization. They found these portals. And they have one on Mars and one on Earth, and the experiment was to travel these things back and forth. No, this is also when when it's mentioned that once they turn on the portals, things started to come through. No,
yeah,
and it's like what? And then the other girl says, monsters, and that's what Ron did. But so far, you have not seen any actual demons or whatever, or the imps.
No, just zombies.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I think just the zombies, no, the zombie-like creatures. Then it's like for some reason, Doom Girl has to go onto their ship to find something. I don't know.
I can't remember. I think it was a key card, just like in the games. Yeah.
Yes, a key card she needs.
Yeah.
Shortly before this, you see like the first imp, no?
Yeah.
Because the pilot, just like you said,
attack the pilot. Yeah.
But the pilot is getting everything ready for set off, I think. And this is when the evil force of hell or whatever takes over Daisy and says, no, blah, 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 I'm not doing it. Then the pilot guy is killed by it.
Yes. And these imps look good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, no.
They look better than they did in the other Doom movie.
Did they have any imps in the?
Yeah, the main characters or monsters that you saw in the other Doom movie were the imps.
Yeah.
But this one looks better. Like it also looks closer to the one in Doom 3.
Yeah.
Than the other ones. Like and they fucking got it right because this thing actually tosses fireballs too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking cool. They did not do that in the other Doom movie either.
Yeah.
But yeah, my only issue with this though, and I don't know if you noticed this too, we see imps twice, right? We see them here, and we see them at the end of the movie, when she's in hell. They don't look anything alike, which I don't know why that happened. Also, something funny about behind the scenes, with this imp, they only had one suit, right? So every time you see an imp, it's the same fucking suit on a different actor. So this suit got a lot of play in this movie because there was only one of them. But whatever, dude. Okay, so yeah, the fucking pilot gets attacked. He's dead. And then what happens?
I think Doomgirl goes over to get the key card that they need to get to the reactor. He gets into a fight with the imp.
Yeah.
No? After that, they go back down to the reactor. No, to reactivate it. No. And
Yeah.
this is like super bad writing because the science guy just basically goes up, sticks a pen into it, opens it up, and is like, "Oh yeah, and this is going to repair this nuclear reactor." But
Yeah.
okay, whatever. And this
Sure.
is like, yeah, this is like the first time where Doctor is like starting to bring up tension between them, kind of get them all confused or whatever. And this is like, this is just by what this Doctor is, how he's all of a sudden changed from a scared scientist to this kind of mischievous kind of behavior. This should have alarmed everyone.
They didn't even fucking notice
in this room. Because he specifically and all of a sudden this is shit. How the hell would he know this? He's just a scientist, not a military guy. He's bringing up how Doomgirl fucked up a lot. He's bringing up things that Austrian guy and the other girl said, blah blah blah. Even private stuff. The other, Space Marine looks at Joe like, Joe, I never said that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
He's just trying to turn them against each other, but why would he be exhibiting that behavior right now? And why does this not alarm anyone?
Exactly. Nobody is alarmed by this. No? And right after they turn on the reactor, he just pulls out a knife and stabs the other girl. No? That was there. No?
Which is sad because her character was just there caring for him, basically.
Yes.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Didn't even get 2 lines of dialogue.
Yeah. Then Dr. Betruger locks the door, no? And is like, well, you have your orders, I have mine, no? And this is clear when it shows that he is on the side of hell. No, because he even mentioned before he stabbed the other girl, nah, here, I remember everything. No, so this guy is now a servant of hell. It also comes out later that he's already dead. He's more or less a zombie.
Yeah, he's like a reanimated corpse, but he's basically, so they kept that like the video game. He's on loan from hell.
Yeah.
So he's been corrupted by hell, and now he has hell's mission in mind. So he's allowed to live as long as he does what hell wants him to do. And then when he's done doing what hell wants him to do, hell gets rid of him. That's basically what it comes down to, right? So that's in keeping with Doom 3. And from this point on, the movie actually gets pretty interesting. Like if you wanted to start it from here and then go through the rest of the movie, if the rest of the movie had been like these last, what is it? How many minutes we got?
36 minutes?
Yeah, 36 minutes. The last 36 minutes are fucking awesome. So you get the imp attacking everyone, basically the imp and whatever other demons, they're all imps, same suit, but whatever, kills all of the rest of the Marines. The only ones that are left are Doomgirl and her ex-boyfriend, right? The scientist. And they get into a room with a key card that has the BFG in it. And this is the first time you see the BFG. And as Mike said before we started filming, there is not a human being besides maybe Doom Guy with the sheer force of anger that can hold a weapon this fucking gigantic up to be able to fire it. This thing is the size of a Volkswagen, dude. It's a fucking gigantic weapon. And she just breaks it out of the glass and pulls it out and holds it like it's a normal weapon. It looks so fucking clunky, dude. Holy shit. But I mean, this, like I said before, though, this is in keeping with the actual size of the original BFG. This is actually a decent model of how big it is. But if you're going to put a thin female in the lead, at least make it believable. Like, even if this weapon was a little bit lighter, it is so fucking bulky. There is no way that she would have been able to carry this fucking thing.
No human being would have been able. Yeah, that's like,
And then Also, along with the BFG comes these BFG grenades, which we've never seen before and have not been used in any other video game, but I like it. It's actually pretty fucking cool. It's like they do what the BFG does, but they're grenades. Unfortunately, the BFG does not do what the BFG in the game does here at all. It is not the same fucking weapon.
Not at all.
No. And this is an odd choice because even the other Doom movie did this correctly. When you fire the BFG, it eliminates everything on screen. Unless there's like there's a couple of demons that are in the Doom games that are really big boss demons, and you can't kill them with just one shot from this thing. But if you were a lower level enemy in the game, you were toast. Done. Dead.
Mm.
This thing ate everything on screen. When she fires it at this imp, it's like a fucking laser blast. It doesn't really do what the BFG does. And so that was disappointing to me because the size of the gun in this movie does not equal the blast that comes out of this gun. So I'm like, why did you even put it in the movie if you weren't going to do it right?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. So yeah, she kills one of the last imps that I think is on the space station, and it's of course her and her boyfriend still, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're still going. We don't know where Dr. Betruger is at this point. Where do they fucking find him, dude?
They find him in the portal room on Mars. That's where they find him again.
Okay.
Yeah, but they go through this elevator shortly. Doom Girl and her the science guy. Nah.
Yeah.
Well, Doom Girl brings up their first date. Huh?
I remember this part.
Yeah, and it's like this is clearly where she still shows that she still kind of likes him because why would she bring up their first date, dude? It's just This just comes. She just generally comes across as a person that's not really good at showing her feelings.
No, I mean she's a Marine, so
yeah.
But it's funny because she brings up the first date because they have to take an elevator down.
Yeah,
and she remembers in the first date that they had to take the stairs because he's scared to death of elevators.
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of funny.
Mm.
But does he fucking die here?
Yes, one of the imps pulls him out, but
that's right.
He's not killed. They turned him into a zombie. No? And this is what also shows brilliantly how the zombies are created, because these are not typical zombies as in other universe. You don't become one if you get bit by them or whatever. The zombies in the Doom universe, they're turned by demons. Demons literally suck the soul out of people, and what they leave back is a dead corpse that they reawaken, and that is basically a zombie fighting for that side. That's exactly what the imps do. In this movie.
Which actually fixes something with the Doom universe because they never explained that before in the games. So it was actually kind of smart how they did that. I noticed that too because it's almost like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. Like they get in their face and then they just breathe in their soul, and then that becomes a dead body, which is animated into a zombie. In the games, it's never explained how that happens. So that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's cool. No. Yeah, and so however, then it's like they come into the room where Dr. Betruger is, or the portal. Now it's only Doom Girl left with the BFG after she's blasted through all of these demons or whatever. No?
Yeah.
Shortly for that, she gets attacked by Science Guy again. He's now
comes back as a zombie. Yeah.
He's a zombie now. While she's ragging on now, this is while she's wrestling with him around the floor.
It's great, dude. This is actually humorous. I don't even think it's meant to be humorous, but it is because she doesn't want to kill him because it's her friend. You know, it's her ex-boyfriend. So she's wrestling with him and saying, "Stop, stop! What are you doing? Hey, it's me." And this goes on for a good, minute and a half.
Yeah.
While she's wrestling with him, Dr. Betruger is getting the portal ready, right?
Yeah.
So at about the time that she decides she's done wrestling with this thing, she shoots him in the face and basically kills the zombie. Right when that happens, Dr. Betruger steals the gun from her and points it in her face. And he's like, does his typical thing that every fucking bad guy does in every movie. He wants to stand there and monologue with her about what his plans are and about why he's doing what he's doing instead of shooting her in the face. And this backfires on him because she steals the gun right back out of his fucking hand and shoots him.
Yeah.
Well, the portal is already up, right? And it's going on behind her. So when she shoots him dead, he stands right back up again, pulls open his shirt and says, "You can't kill what's not dead." And you see that his entire chest has been like caved in. It's almost like he's turning into a demon, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. She's like kind of blown away by that. The fact that he's a demon. I don't know why, because we've been dealing with demons this entire time, but whatever. Yeah. Dr. Betruger kicks her, and as he kicks her, she flies backwards into the portal. And this is where the movie actually gets good.
Yeah.
And I say that because from this point on, every visual in the movie looks like what it should have looked like this entire time. And that's because all of the budget for this movie went to this scene, right? And this is just a guess.
Yeah.
But I assume that because the CGI here is on point. She goes to the portal and immediately ends up in what we're to assume is hell. And I say it's hell because there's a bunch of demons there, but there's really nothing else about this environment that gives away that it's hell.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a dark landscape full of like dying vegetation and rocks and a dark sky. So it's hell, but it's not the hell you get in the video.
It could have easily just been Mars. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. It could have. Yeah.
Or some
Mars
alien
red,
planet.
though.
Yeah.
Huh?
Or just some alien planet,
Yeah. It's some other dimension. I mean, it depends on what you want to call hell, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at like Warhammer 40K, they don't really say hell, but you know it's hell, but it's just another dimension.
Yeah.
Same thing with what the fuck is the name of the movie? Event Horizon. Like they don't really say the word hell, but you know it's hell. Yeah. This is kind of an interpretation of hell that we don't see in the video games. But all of the monsters in this scene, which there's a bunch of them, they're all imps, and then there's this one that I'm guessing is, I wouldn't say Satan, but he's an elder demon kind of thing.
Yeah.
These things look fucking awesome. All of them.
Yes.
This shit is cool as fuck. I dare say these look better than the big budget ones that we saw in the original Doom movie. It's a bunch of imps. They don't look anything like the imps that we saw earlier in the movie, which is basically just a man in a suit. These are all CGI, but they look really fucking good. And the main demon is kind of like I don't know what you would call him. He's split down the middle all the way to his chest, and it's fire. But I think this is supposed to be Dr. Betruger.
You think so?
I think so, because if you notice, the cut in his chest is at the exact same spot that we just saw on Dr. Betruger.
Okay.
So I think this is the demon version of him in hell, right? And this scene doesn't last long enough. She has the BFG with her, and as is typical Doom fashion, you've got a bunch of demons in a room, including one big bad guy. Let's just fire the BFG. For whatever reason, Mike, the BFG does what it's supposed to do here, and where it didn't do this earlier. She fires it, and it takes out multiple demons. She fires it again, it takes out multiple demons. And then she fires one big shot at the main demon, which is probably Dr. Betruger, and he's toast. Like, it hits him once and he's gone. So she just destroyed the fucking demon. And then she makes a run and jump towards the portal, which that portal that she came out of is in the same room in hell. She runs and jumps towards that. As she does that, she takes the BFG grenades that she got and flings them backwards towards the demons. And in slow motion, you see these fucking grenades hit these demons and explode. And it just looks fucking cool, dude. Like, I wish the rest of the movie had been like this. She goes to the portal and ends up on Earth, right?
Yep.
Because that's where the other side of the portal was. So I don't understand, because in the original Doom, if we're going off of the original Doom, the demons wanted to use the portal to get to Earth because they want human souls. If that portal was there the entire time leading to Earth, why didn't the demons just go through the fucking portal? They waited in hell for Doom Girl to show up before they wanted to go. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean,
The portal was there the whole time.
Even the original Doom story, it's like the demons didn't come through, but humans opened up the portal to hell. No?
Yeah,
and
right.
And this
and they started pouring through it, right? But they started pouring through it on Mars. They weren't on Earth yet. Later, portal technology was opened on Earth, and that's how they were able to invade Earth in Doom 2.
Yeah.
But for everything I've seen about this movie, the portal is on when Dr. Betruger turns it on, which would have been enough time for all these demons to go to Earth, and they didn't do it. So it doesn't really work with the plot at all. I don't know what the fuck happened here. But whatever. She goes to the portal. She's on Earth now. The Earth scientists pick her up. She tries to explain really quickly what's going on with the portals and that they need to turn the portals off, right? But they don't want to turn the portals off, and they restrain her. And as they do that, the screen goes black, and you hear the sound of demons coming through the portal, and that's the end of this movie. I think they did that because they wanted a Doom 2, but we're not going to get a Doom 2 because this movie didn't do very well. It's a real shame. It's a fucking shame, because I, as a Doom fan, and I know a lot of other like hardcore Doom fans really do not like this movie. I don't necessarily like it either, but I appreciate what they were trying to do. And you know, it's a shame I didn't see it earlier. I didn't see it earlier for the same reason other Doom fans didn't see it, because we thought they were going to fuck it up, and there was no point in supporting this movie. Also, something I didn't mention, ID Software, the people who make Doom, were asked about this movie at the time that this was coming out, and they were like, hey, what is this? Are you guys sanctioning this movie? Do you have anything to do with it? And ID Software said, no. That movie is completely separate from our studio, and we have nothing to do with it. That was the other reason a lot of Doom fans didn't see it, because they thought it was a cash grab, right? Would you agree with the fact that had this movie been given more of a budget, it probably would have been fucking great?
It probably would have been, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if they had just gotten the original Doom movie right the first time, this movie would have been part 2 to that. I don't know. But it's still a shame, like, because the ending 30 minutes of this film were fucking fantastic.
That's true.
Whereas the first fucking hour was awful. But as a Doom fan, there's enough like Easter eggs sprinkled in there and enough cool things about this for any Doom fan to enjoy it. You just can't get upset about the fact that Doom Guy is Doom Girl, because if this is the story of Doom 3, that holds no bearing on anything, because technically that's not in-universe canon. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it's a great movie, but I don't hate it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I will say, as a Doom fan, I don't need a Doom movie. I never needed a Doom movie. I'm fine with the universe that happens within the games.
Yeah, me too.
But if you're gonna make another Doom movie, man, fucking give it a budget and just follow the fucking story.
Yeah.
Don't change some shit up. Just follow the fucking story, and you can't go wrong, dude. It's gonna do well if you just follow the story and don't change a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but it's just like this. It's kind of the thing for everybody having their own vision of something, dude. Nah? Or
you don't just need your own. Go ahead.
Or just flat out, a lot of movie Hollywood people generally just having a strong disrespect for video games.
Yeah.
For the medium as a whole.
Yeah, which you wonder, though, this guy was a Doom fan, and that's why he did the movie, but that doesn't necessarily mean the studios really cared about the project or wanted to fund it, right? And so it was ultimately the disrespect of video games and thinking that something is not going to work from the studio and from Hollywood that is the fault why this movie didn't do well. It's not the director. Like, I would love to give this guy a bunch of money and have him redo this the way that his original vision was, because it was probably great.
Yeah.
But we don't need it. Like you said, I'm fine with Hollywood not doing any more video game films. Like,
me neither. Why? Why the hell would I need them? I mean, I have video games for that. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see your favorite video game in movie form, but quite honestly, I think we said this before we started filming. Quite honestly, video games are good enough now and cinematic enough now that you don't need a fucking movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. It's useless. I see no point in it. No.
Anyway, I cannot believe that I liked that movie as much as I did. I will say that.
Yeah.
I will say that. When you told me that we were going to do this, I mean, you saw my text. I was like, no, oh, fuck, no, please. But I liked it a lot more than I thought I did or would. So that makes me feel good, because I thought this was going to be a very irritating episode, because I was just going to go off on how stupid this fucking thing is. But if you're a Doom fan and you're out there and you watch this episode, tell us in the comments what you thought about it, because I'd like to know. I mean, you can go on like Doom pages on Facebook or whatever, and of course, everybody there is like, this movie's complete trash, right? But from people who watch the podcast, I'd like to know what they think, if you've seen it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got anything else you want to say about Doom?
No, I mean, there's probably a lot more we could say, but I think, I think I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So what movie is next on our list, Mike?
Oh, give me a second.
I do this to Mike every time.
Yeah. Leprechaun.
Oh, fuck.
The next movie.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's Jennifer Aniston's first movie. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's also the only movie where you see Warwick Davis not as an Ewok or Willow, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I actually like the movie. I think it's ridiculous. Okay.
I mean, the first, I like the first. I mean, there were.
I never saw anything past part 2.
There are like 6 of them, I think.
Jesus.
I mean, Leprechaun 3 was funny. I like that one too. But Leprechaun 4 is like Leprechaun in space. Literally, it's super B movie, dude. And it's like, I watched that movie and I'm like, okay.
I mean, was it bad and meant to be bad though?
No, it was like an asylum movie, literally. But however,
okay.
Then there were other ones like, where was it? A ghetto with black people?
Leprechaun in the Hood. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fine. That was actually one that was pretty good, actually, to be honest. I like that. Yeah, good. But it has no connection to the original one. But there's one they made that I thought was really good.
Okay.
It was, I'm not sure if it's canon or whatever, but it's made as a direct sequel to the first Leprechaun movie.
Okay.
Even with some of the actors from the original Leprechaun movie being in it, it was great. Warwick Davis is not the Leprechaun in it, but still, I thought that movie was really great.
Okay. I didn't even know that one existed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they did a direct sequel to part 1. Okay. Yeah. We might actually have to do that one for the podcast then, because I have not seen that. And if you say it's good, then it gives me a reason to watch it. Okay. So in that case, catch us next time for Leprechaun. And until then, I'm Matt.
I'm Mo.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Bye.
The blackest dies. The devil's dies.